Want to know how someone with a tiny email list still landed in the top 10 of one of the biggest affiliate launches of the year using just a single social media network? Well, in this episode, you're going to hear directly from a social media pro who leveraged Instagram. Yes, Instagram, not ads, not email, Instagram to crush it on the leaderboard. If you're ready to take your affiliate program and your business to the next level, well, you're in the right place. I'm Matt McWilliams, best-selling author and 4-time affiliate manager of the year, and I've built dozens of affiliate programs from the ground up to over $1 million a month. I'm here to show you how you can do it too. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back. We've got an amazing interview in this series that we're doing on the secrets of the $5.7 million affiliate launch. And today I'm talking with Manu Muraro, who's a social media strategist who teaches entrepreneurs how to grow sales using Instagram. And here's what's wild though. This is what so just blows my mind because I'm not big on Instagram. I don't know a lot about it. You know, I admit like that's not something I really know that much about, especially the free side. Like I know ads, I know how to run ads on Instagram, but I don't know anything about the other side. This is what's wild. She finished in the top 10 in this $5.7 million affiliate launch, despite having a ridiculously tiny email list, so much smaller than probably anybody else in the top 20, let alone top 10, and still finished up in, I think, 8th or 9th place. Like just amazing, right? All using Instagram basically. And so in this interview, Manu shares some of the strategies that she used, the bonus content that she used to on Instagram. So cool, right? She also opens up about, kind of bouncing back from some burnout. This is something we didn't plan on talking about. I kind of wanted just the strategy, but we got into it and I was like, that's pretty good. Let's leave that in. Really cool. Just, she was kind of burned out and came back from that. Why listening to your audience is one of the most overlooked skills for affiliates in one of these big launches. So if you're not using Instagram in your affiliate promotions, and I'm going to tell you right now, this got me thinking, or if you've ever felt like maybe your list was too small to compete, this episode's about to flip that mindset upside down. So let's jump right in to my interview with Manu. And she's got a really cool story that maybe we can get into a little bit today, but we're going to focus on one of her affiliate promotions and maybe even a little bit of a second one because she was just schooling me on some like social media stuff. Y'all know, insiders, social media just ain't my thing. Now I'm all for it. How it can, it can work and it works great for some people. We have clients who are huge in the social media space, like Julie Solomon and, Kim Walsh Phillips, and like they're huge in the social media space. I don't understand any of it, and that's okay. So you come to me for email stuff, and then I bring on guests like Manu to help you understand some of the social media stuff. So Manu, welcome.
Thank you, Matt. I'm excited.
I got your name right twice, and then I called you Manu because I am from the South.
You have a bonus point now that you can mess up my name in the middle of an interview. Yeah,
if you are in fact a redneck from North Carolina, you get away with calling. And I always joke, like I had a Spanish teacher growing up, and she was from East Tennessee. And it was like, hey, Pablo, ¿cómo estás? And I'm like, oh, that is bad. Wow. But that's how, that's what she was. So thank you. This is going to be awesome. I'm so excited because I know I'm going to learn from you. And selfishly, one of my favorite things about, our membership, Affiliate Insider Monthly, is I get to interview people and I get to take notes. Then if it's about social media, I get to go tell my team, go do this. If it's about something else, I get to do it. So I'm excited. So we're going to talk first of all about the Tribe promotion back in April. For those of you watching way off into the future, April 2021. This was a really great promotion. I think it was it the first time you had promoted Tribe, or had you promoted it before, I believe?
The first time I promoted Tribe, yes.
All right. So you'd been in Tribe for a couple of years at that point, right?
I took Tribe the year before.
Okay.
All right. Then I came back last year and
all right, cool.
did
So
affiliate
this is your
promotion
very
as well.
first time promoting this product, and you killed it.
Thank you.
Right there.
Excited.
Like, where did you end up finishing? I forget. Was it right in 10th place?
It wasn't, I think it was like 8 or something. I don't
Yeah.
remember exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, it was awesome. And
Yeah, I was
here's the
very
cool thing.
excited.
I love interviewing people like you who, I know you've done other affiliate promotions, but at
Mhm.
least in our world, in Stu and Matt world, Manu was not in our expected top 10.
Mhm.
And yet you
That's
finished
true.
there in like eighth, ninth place, somewhere in there, did awesome. And the thing is, you were right there the whole time. This was not like Manu came in and did great the last day and finished in eighth place. No, this was like she was between fifth and 11th or 12th place, like the entire launch, and did awesome, guys. So we're going to learn from her today. So I just want to start with like, you know, first of all, why did you promote Tribe? What was the
Yeah.
attraction there for you other than you'd been through the course?
So to me, what I do is I help people with Instagram specifically, right?
Okay.
But I've always kind of like went a little beyond because I really don't care how many followers you have. The only reason I want to help you with Instagram is to grow your business.
Hmm.
Like that's the focus, right? I teach people how to be salesy on Instagram. So to me, in my community, and I have a membership as well, obviously that's why I was in Tribe. To me, the goal is always to help people learn how to grow their small business.
Okay.
And Tribe did tremendous to me as growing my business. So I thought it was super relevant to people because, my members that are in my social media membership, they're like, so how did you do a membership? So you think membership is good? You prefer a course? And they're always interested in those things as well. So I knew that my audience would definitely benefit from Tribe. And that's basically why I chose to do the affiliate
Hmm.
campaign for Stu.
Yeah, that's rule number one. You pick products that are going
Yeah.
to serve your audience.
And that
Yeah.
right? Like I know it has value in it. I trust it. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
that was
Uh,
kind of a
you,
no-brainer. Yeah.
yeah. So you said you help people with Instagram. Before we get into this affiliate promotion, like help people with Instagram. I know that's a broad thing,
Super
but like,
broad. I
what does
know.
that mean? Because I'll be the first to admit I don't know a whole lot about Instagram.
Yeah. So there's many sides to Instagram, obviously. My focus is people who have a business. It's not an influencer, or even though they
Okay.
can take some advantage of the things I teach, but my focus is businesses or social media managers or social media agencies or social media experts. Like those are the people that I'm focusing on. What I do is I teach them how to get more engagement, obviously grow followers as well, but you know very well it's the same with email, right? If people are not opening your email, how doesn't matter the size of your list. So
Yeah.
if Instagram is the same, I'm like, I don't care if you grow a bunch of people if they're not buying from you or if they're not taking your calls to action, join your email list. So that's what I help with, not just be like, oh, how to grow Instagram, but how to get the most out of Instagram for your business.
Hmm.
And I, every now and then I talk about email marketing, I talk about affiliate marketing, I talk about,
Yeah.
memberships and courses. So that's basically how my focus is on. And I really focus a lot on helping women being more salesy because we have a
Yeah.
problem, Matt. Oh my
I'm,
gosh,
I'm glad you're saying
we
that,
have a
not me,
problem.
but statistically, when we've studied
Mhm.
this, like objectively, not like I think, but statistically, the studies have shown it's very, very true. I
Yeah,
think
and I
of
mean, and we hear even today, but I mean, we get it, right? It's ingrained in our culture. It comes back
Mhm.
from hundreds of years, just
Yeah.
saying like maybe the women shouldn't work, or they can make more money than the man, or they can't, talk about money, or they can. There's a lot of that, so I understand all
Mm.
that. But up to today, women are sharing those messages of like how to sell without being salesy, how to sell without being sleazy. So why are you sleazy if you're selling? Why are you salesy if you're selling?
Yeah.
And that's still what I try to like really work on with people, because I'm like, no, you don't do posts on Instagram for your business and you're putting all this time in just to put a cute photo of you and your trip. Like, no, you have to promote your stuff, like effectively many, many times. It's the same work you do with emails, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
Like
that's
sending one
awesome.
cute email about how I started my business with no call to action. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great here and there, but it's not going to do much in the long haul. So
Yeah,
we
exactly.
need to work
That's
on the
so
other
huge.
side. Yeah. So
That's
that's
so huge.
basically like what I focus on.
That's awesome. And that's a powerful message. I mean, in and of itself, right there, that's a powerful message. Like there
Yeah.
should be a call to action. You need to tell them to do something,
You need
whatever.
to.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be buy something necessarily. It could be
Exactly.
download something or go read this post or even just leave a comment, something that tells them like
Yeah.
we talk about conditioning our audience. We want to condition them to
Absolutely.
take some sort of an action and
We
not
were
just be
talking
like,
about that. Yeah, we have a weekly live room that we do on Instagram. So the four of us, like four Instagram experts, just talk every week about things. And we're talking about this today. It's like, it's not just like, okay, I have a product to sell, so go to the link in my bio. If you're not telling them, asking them questions, telling them to download something, giving them a freebie, telling them to go to stories to check out this tutorial you put there, whatever thing it is, you have to have people used to talking back to you, right? So by the time you actually have the call to action that is going to sell something, people have their relationship with you. I was joking today. I was like, yeah, if you have a friend that every time you meet up and you have ice cream, you're going to expect ice cream the next time you meet up with them. The same way, if you are used to having this call
yep,
to action relationship with your audience, they're going to always expect that and look for that. So I think that's very important.
that's awesome. So I would love at some point in this conversation, maybe to talk specifically about Instagram, but I want to get back to
Yeah,
you,
sure.
your promotion. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of that in here. So you decided
Yeah.
to promote Tribe. You did great. What were some of the things that you did that you look back and go, that is something that worked. It worked really well. And I'm going to keep doing that. Like maybe 1, 2, 3 things that you're like, that those are good strategies that worked for you.
So a super specific thing actually is that I shared a graph of my membership before and after
Mm,
Tribe, and it was very visual. I actually shared a few times. I shared an email, I shared an Instagram post, and I actually shared a slide when I had a live with Stu. Before Stu joined my live on Instagram, I put a slide up when I was introducing him, and I was showing like, this is before Tribe, this is after Tribe, and it was very easy to see. Yeah,
yeah.
no, it was ridiculous. It was
Mm,
ridiculous. I think I started like for 8, 9 months. I had like, I think I was making like 2,500 on my membership monthly. And after Tribe, it like just spiked to 10K a month. It's ridiculous. So it was very visual and very easy to see. And I think even if you don't have that spike as big, even if you double it or something, which you may very well do, I think if you have any results to show from yourself or someone else that is in the program, I think the visual really gets people going instead of just going through the, oh, here's the problem, you have the advantages. Of course, you have to say all these things. But I
sure.
think if you have something visual to show, it makes a huge difference. And the other thing, I learned something from you that I kept for myself, and it has worked pretty well for everything so far, is the 3 emails on the last day.
Yeah.
3 emails on the last day, because I always did 2. And like, try not to be salesy or sleazy. I don't have that problem, but we're always a little concerned that's too many emails.
Hmm.
The third email on the last day got me another like 20 sales or something. It was ridiculous. It
That's a
was
lot of
ridiculous.
money.
And the last day, yeah, and the last day is when people buy the most, right? So
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's gonna close. I need to join now. They stop what they're doing, which they had done. They hadn't done that the last few weeks you've been promoting because they knew that time was not running out. So that last email and then countdown for me is really big too.
Hmm.
I think the countdown and the end really helps as well.
Yeah.
Um, I did not add a, did I add a bonus to Tribe Launch? I'm like, now I'm thinking about it. I I did think I did add a bonus. I added a bonus. I have this product that I do, which is like a done for you campaign on Instagram to promote any like launch or sale. So that comes with like captions, Canva templates, which would be like your visuals that you can just change colors or put your own text, so everything kind of pre-done for you. And the whole strategy too, like there's a 30-minute video that explains to you like when you should post all these things and how many posts, how many stories, what you do. And then it has captions for business that have like services and for product-based business. And I gave that as a early bird bonus as well for the people who joined Tribe in the first 2 or 3 days, and that worked really
I
well.
love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
they
mean, that's
work
awesome.
really well. Like it's a great product to launch your membership. So I think because it was so relevant to that
Yep.
specific offer, it made a lot of sense.
And that's super important. Like the bonus has to fit. I see a lot of
Yes,
people, they're like, hey, go buy this course on, say, gardening, and I'll give you this bonus of like,
this puppy.
like, it's like, what does that have to do with gardening? What does that have to do with membership sites? There's no connection.
Yeah, and
So
I
that
think a lot of people
specificity is
also,
important.
yeah, and I think a lot of people give like credit or something like, oh, if you buy this program, you get 50% off on my store. And it's like that doesn't, people have to still spend money
Hmm.
to get any
Yeah.
benefit from that. It doesn't
Yeah. I love the
really doesn't
graph
work.
because
The graphics are
Instagram, the
awesome.
one thing I do know about Instagram is it's 99% visual,
Mhm.
and the thing is like, the old saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I don't know about that in this case, but immediately when you see, do,
Mhm.
you go, especially to your audience of business owners, what do we immediately associate with? I mean, immediately we got what
Yeah.
happened? What did she do?
Yes.
What was it? It could have been email list, it could have been revenue, it could have been number of employees, it could, amount of time off, doesn't matter. I want to know what
Mhm.
made it go like, and so I
Yeah.
immediately have to read this post, and then I find out it's your membership. So now I have to know, okay, how did she do it?
How? Yeah.
So I love that. And then the
Yeah,
emails
and
on the
I
last
love it.
day. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, that I think the graph was really nice because, like you said, one thing is it's visual and people are like, wow, this really happened. Also, they have the dimension, right, of the change. And also they have proof. So I think all that really helps to be like, oh, she's not here just, talking it up and
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
make
I love
money or
that.
something. So
The other thing about I thought about this the other day, actually. The thing about the emails
mhm.
on the last day, um, is, number one, if you are giving them an to opt out of the campaign, then, the example I shared with you is like, I mean, again, on that, at the last day, 8 o'clock at night, they are sitting on the fence, and it's like, if they haven't bought or they haven't
Have an
opted out,
opt out.
there's only two explanations for why they haven't bought or opted out. Number one, they're not opening your emails.
Yes.
Okay. So by sending them another email, it's not like it's a big deal.
No.
Or two, they are going, I don't know what to do. I
Should
don't
I
know what
buy?
to
Should
do.
I not?
And
Yeah.
there's something you say in that third email that just, it triggers with them. And like you said, you
Yeah.
made $16,000 on that last email.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
what we're ultimately doing in email, I feel like, is we're in a constant battle for the top spot. And most people organize their emails. I studied this a while back, like 96% of
Okay.
people organize their emails newest to oldest. If you go to just click on my Gmail, you can't
Mhm.
do this, but if you do, you're going to see the
Yeah.
most recent email. You know what dictates whether or not you get the top spot or not? Dumb luck.
Yes.
Because I
For
could
sure.
email you, you could check your email at 7:01, and I could email you at 7, and two other people, their emails just happen to go out 30 seconds later. And now I'm
Mhm.
all the way down in the third spot. And so
Yeah.
it's dumb luck. But here's the thing.
I love that third email.
If you send 3, 4, 5 emails, 3 emails, you have a 50% chance, greater dumb luck chance of just
Mhm.
being towards the top of their email and getting seen
Yeah.
and making, in your case, an extra 20 sales. So I love that. I
Yeah,
love that.
no, it was and I think also on the last day or last couple of days, one thing that I always do on my launches on the affiliate promotion as well is that I always have one or two emails, or I invite people to email me back.
Mm,
That can be a lot of work, especially depending on your list size. But I think if it's something, the commission for Tribe is pretty high, so that justifies that extra time that you put into talking to people. But one of the things I do is like, so if you're here, you're still debating and you might not know if this is right for you. So what are your questions? I am just respond to this email. Let me know what your questions are because I can figure it out with you whether this is for you or not. Because I don't want you joining if it's not the best idea for you right now. So I
mm,
always try to make them feel like, yeah, I don't want you to just join just to get a sale. Like I wanted to join if it's going to be a success for you. So I did get quite a few emails on that last day that I talked to the person, and maybe they're like, well, there's a girl that she was like, I'm about to move to Europe and I'm having a baby. I'm like, not the year for you to join right now. Don't do it.
yeah. And you know what? Your audience, I mean, this particular person will love you for that.
Yeah,
I
I build
did that
trust.
with PLF when I promoted PLF in 2019. It was actually funny. This lady was just on. Well, all of our members will know Gwen Marasco. In
Hmm.
2019, she messaged me and said, "Should I purchase PLF?" And I responded back and said, "No. You are going through. I think she was going through Tribe, and
Hmm.
I know where you're at in your business. And I'm going to tell you what's going to
It's
happen.
not
You're
the
going
right
to buy
time.
PLF, and you're going to sit on it for a year. So guess what? It'll be there in a
By
year."
next year. Yeah.
No, I said, if I thought it would be like 3 or 4 months, I would tell you, go ahead and get it and have it in 3 or 4 months. But you don't need to do that. And
Yeah.
so sure enough, a year later, She was like, okay, when does it
back.
open? When does it open? When does it open?
Yeah.
I'm ready. And she bought it, and she's a huge fan of it and me because I was just honest with
Of course. And I think also, like, we're thinking of our business long term. So just try to force a sale right now because that's what you're
her.
promoting. It's much better to actually work in the best interest of your audience and then have them, trust you for the future and continue being with you.
Yeah. But I love that you invited those questions, Manu,
Hmm.
because yeah, you said it took some time, but the reality is
It's
you might
worth
have
it.
made
Yeah.
5 or 6 sales. Just look at the pure financial side.
Yeah.
I know that where you finished was one spot higher. If you'd made 5 sales less, you'd have finished one spot lower. So that's, about $1,000.
Hmm.
So you made an extra $1,000 in bonuses
Yeah.
for those 5 sales, plus, the 4,000. So you made $5,000 extra.
Yeah.
And what you just have to ask yourself, and if you do make $5,000 an hour, like consistently,
Unfortunately,
go right ahead.
I'm at 4,999.
Yeah. I don't, but I'm saying, like, if you look at total
Yeah.
amount of time that I work
Of
in a
course.
given day and what we bring in, newsflash, y'all, I don't make $5,000 an hour.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it's
doing
no
all
one
right.
does. Yeah,
We're good. And we're
we
having
don't
our
do it.
best year ever, right? It's going to be an amazing finish to the year, but I'm not making $5,000 for an
Yeah.
hour of work.
No,
And
I
so
think it's like
20
yeah,
minutes, 30 minutes, and I make 5 sales.
and I do something on Instagram too because that's my place, and I'm
Yeah, let's
talking
talk
about
about that.
tribe. Well, so one thing that I always do in all my campaigns is similar to the email. It's all the same strategies kind of adapted to the different platform. So I do something on the last couple of days and a bigger launch like tribe, which is longer. I do that a few times actually, but especially like before an early bird ends or before the the cart closes. I always do something where I ask people questions in a poll in my stories.
Hmm.
So when they answer a poll, you actually get a list of people with a direct link to their DMs. So if I say something about, like whether you've considered a membership, sometimes I ask things that are not as specific, but are like, are you maxed out on one-on-one time and you're looking to scale your business, but you don't know how? Is the ceiling looking really low or whatever? And people would say yes, like, would you like to know more about memberships or something like that? And people are like, or like, are you interested but not sure it's for you? And when people ask yes, like, oh no, I like more information, I hit them up on the DMs. So actually on the last day or the last couple of days, I free out my time a lot because I have all these people to talk to via DMs and I have all these people to talk to in email. And on DMs, I actually send them a voice memo instead of just sending a text. First, it's much faster if I'm already there for it. And also because they already answered to a poll welcoming more information, I think it's not the same as like cold voice messaging someone,
Sure.
So I always do that. And sometimes people are like, oh, that's so cool to respond, to get a message, a voice message or whatever. And when you have someone in your DMs to ask you the questions they have, that really helps too. So that always helps converting as well.
I think the key there, this would be the lesson, is you intentionally set aside time on that day.
Yes.
This is not one of those things where you hoped you had time, or you did it for 5 minutes and 10 minutes as you knew this one day out of the entire calendar year, cart close day for tribe, you
Yes,
could
I have to
possibly
be
make an
available.
extra 20, 30, 40 sales. It could be worth 10, 15, $25,000 that maybe you should put it on your calendar.
Yeah, and I
to
think
make the time. And I love that.
because the cart like closes at night or something. I even said
Yeah.
to my husband, I'm like, go take the kids. Like, I'm gonna
Yep.
go keep working. He's like, yeah, keep working tonight. I'm like, do you want me to base the kids or you want me to just write this extra email that may make us like another $3,000? Like, write the email. I'll take the kids.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's such an important thing. Like whether you're running a launch, my family knows that, like, again, I went to bed well after midnight that night.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was up
me
like
too, yeah.
DMing with affiliates at 1:30 in the
Yep.
morning about strategy,
I remember, yeah.
My family knows that those last 2 days, especially, that, yeah, I'm probably going to miss dinner or I'm going to have a quick
Yeah,
dinner.
which
And
is
they're,
okay, yeah.
the kid, as much as we hate it, the television might be the babysitter for,
It's fine. They
45
need a little
minutes.
downtime as well sometimes, yeah.
And things like that. Right. And I
Yeah.
think that's important, like just communicating. And in your case, putting it on the calendar, being intentional about it. Like, this is a big day. This is not
Yeah.
your average affiliate promotion. This is a big day. Every sale is worth $800, $798.80.
Yeah.
Every sale is worth a lot of money. Not to mention, the difference between 10th and 5th and you were right in that. Like the difference between 10th and 5th was like 15 sales total.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that was like the difference between like a $10,000 bonus and a $200 bonus, you know?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
all this stuff is up for grabs, and you were intentional and put that on your calendar, which I love.
Yeah. And on Instagram, I went live a lot too. And I went live
Mm,
with Stu twice, but just without Stu, I just went live like a couple of times. And even the lives I did with Stu, because I think Stu has like a little, maybe a window of 15 minutes or something to
mhm,
going live, which is great. But when you're live on Instagram, when you go live, that's when people start being told that you're live.
mhm.
So even if you put like a countdown, which I usually do, that people can save and be notified, they need to be on the app to be notified, you know? So the longer you stay, the more people you can reach. So what I would do is I would start, get Stu on, and then continue.
Mm,
So I had that longer live where I would just kind of, I would start a little before Stu, give a little intro.
yeah.
Then Stu will come in, we'll just start the discussion, say all the good things. And when Stu was gone, like I would say, okay, so I'm staying here, I'm answering questions, I'm showing you guys, you know, more what happened behind the scenes, what you get, blah, blah, blah. And I just kind of stay there longer, because if I'm live for 40 minutes, I have a lot more time for people to be notified that I'm live and then come to the live. And the lives, like when it comes to Instagram, the lives, you get people to join. It's not a huge amount of people, because think of your audience plus the amount of people that actually are on the platform at that point in time and that are free to watch your live, right?
Mhm.
Now better than before, because people are more working from home and all that. But it's still like a big funnel in your number of in your audience. But what happens is that even if I'm live and I'm talking to like 40 people, every time you get like 5 sales out of the live,
Mm,
because you're there, you know, talking to that
yeah.
person, and they can see your enthusiasm, they can see what's doing for you. And it's, I
Mm.
find it super helpful. That's why I don't think a lot of people watch the long replays of a live. But I think going live a few times, you're able to get more people just to join you live, even if it's a few at a time.
That's powerful right there. I mean, I love, yeah, that's super smart based on that kind of the way that works and the
Hmm.
algorithms and things like that. Like it's super, go live for 10 minutes or so
Not gonna do
before
much.
you
Yeah.
bring the guest
Hmm.
on. So you tell them, okay, you get on at 4:35. You go live at 4. That's a weird time. Go live at 4:20.
Yeah.
Whatever. You go live for 10 or 15 minutes. Then they come on right at
Yeah.
kind of the height when you've got a lot of the people on. Then you wrap up. And the
Yeah.
cool
I
thing
was
is,
answering
like,
questions.
then they might not want to watch, like you said, they don't watch the 45-minute replay. But
Hmm.
if at the end, one of the things that I've done that's worked really well is, hey guys, if you missed the part where Stu was on,
Go watch. Yeah.
hey, the replay will be up. Skip ahead to about minute 14. That's when
Yeah.
Stu comes on, and
Yeah,
watch
so
that.
what I do with my lives is two things, and that helps a little bit. You still get some views after. One is that I put a list of what was talked about.
Mm,
So I don't necessarily put time stamps, because that's kind of, it'll be a lot of work for me. But I definitely put like a bullet point and say, this is when we talked about starting a membership. This is when we talked about finding a niche. This is when we talked about, the details of tribe this year or whatever. Um, and then I also say, pro tip, listen to the audio only in your car when you're driving or something like that. Put your headphones on and just listen to the audio like it's a podcast.
I
So I
like
always put
that.
that in there too, because I think that helps people being like, oh yeah, I don't need to be holding my phone to watch this. Because I mean,
Mm.
we're pretty, Matt, but they don't need to be seeing our face like the whole
This
45
is oh,
minutes. They
this
can
is
just
good stuff. Oh my goodness, this
yeah,
is like a masterclass in Instagram. Okay, so I'm
yeah.
going to go back. So we've always taught, because this is what the statistics have
Hmm.
shown. Now, this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, though. Okay, this is why I want to talk to you about this, because we've
Yeah.
always taught, like, on social media, focus on the free. So what I mean by that is, use your social media to get them to Stu's workshop. Use your social media to get them to Stu's webinar. This is something they can register for free, and then
Hmm.
they get on, they get tons of valuable content, and then Stu sells them and they buy. Yay, we make a commission. But I'm hearing like you're
Oh
using
yeah.
your social media directly to sell.
I
And
promote a
so
tribe much heavier than the
you're
workshops on
bucking the
social.
trend of what the statistics say. So that, you're an outlier here. Let's talk about that. Now,
Yeah. So
how are you doing that?
yeah, so I think that's this whole thing. I think so. Here's a little history, Instagram history,
Sure.
right? Instagram started 10 years ago, or it's over 10 years old. It's almost 11 years old. So it's not new. However, when Instagram started, it was one thing for people to connect with each other and share photos and stuff like that. So there wasn't a business aspect to it. So when business and brands start being a little more serious about Instagram, maybe 2015, 2016, that's when Instagram did a business, you know, type of account with business features, with a lot more like, you know, more ads, and just made it a platform for small businesses and for businesses in general. So, but people continue thinking, because when businesses joined in 2015, they thought they had to kind of like put the mustache, glasses, and disguise in the middle of the lifestyle bloggers, you know, and be like, oh no, we can't just be like by this. We have to be like, oh, here's a girl on top of a mountain, you know. And I think that's a really old or dated strategy, because people follow brands. Like, people go and click to follow brands that have a logo. I have a logo on my Instagram. It's Your Social Team. So if anyone is watching and wants to check it out, I have my logo. I don't have my face or my name in it. It's a brand. So people buy from Instagram. Like, a lot of people buy from Instagram. That's you know, there's all data about this. So to think that, no, people don't want to see our, you know, promotions in here. They don't want to see know about our, you know, promotional like content, our offers, our sales, our course. It's an old story. Like, you know, obviously I'm an expert on Instagram, so I have a little bit of an advantage there. But I just adapt strategies. Like, it's the same marketing strategies from elsewhere. So to me, it's the same as my email. Like, you push a bunch for the workshops because they're there and they're free and they're great, and still can do it. But if you want to sell more, you have to push for the sales. So I actually think I pushed for the sales harder on Instagram than I did for the workshops.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
no, I'm
powerful.
all for being salesy, and people are buying. So there's this whole thing like, oh, don't be salesy. People don't want to see your messages. No one would be shocked that a business is selling. Like,
that's a good point. Yeah. I
if
talk
they
about that all
are,
the time.
they're
Like,
crazy, you know?
businesses monetize, hobbies
Yes,
give away content for free.
yes,
And if you
yes.
want
And
to run a
this,
hobby Instagram, you just want to have that, go right ahead. I don't have a problem with that.
that'll be
But
an
if you're a
expensive
business,
hobby.
like, you walk in the door, they build a Costco in your neighborhood. It opens tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
You walk in the door at 9 a.m. Everything is for sale.
So
Now,
Matt,
they have
let's.
free samples. They have free samples,
Mm-hmm.
but they have free samples for one reason, because they're addictive and they
The
usually
girl,
taste
yeah.
really good. And then you end up with is this just me? You end up with a freezer full of like appetizers. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, I don't do that.
Like,
But
that's
maybe.
exactly what
Yeah,
people
but yeah,
do. You know,
I think you know, all the other content you do helpful content. That's for them to know your knowledge and then come buy from you, not just because that's what you do with your time, you know. So I would challenge you the next year for your affiliate push for Tribe to change that. Just have people pushing for the actual course as well, because they'll see a lot more
love that.
sales.
Love that. So I want to shift gears for just a moment.
Yes.
What didn't work? What is something maybe that you either tried or whatever, like with the Tribe promo, and you look back and go, wow, that did not go as I thought it would?
I got burned out at some point, and I
I
think I
remember
talked
that.
to you in the group. I'm like, Matt, I don't know, like, what, you know. I feel like I did too much for the workshops,
Okay.
and I feel like I abandoned my business. So I think that's the one thing. I think that's maybe partially why I burned out. I'm having a really excellent year in sales, which is a great problem to have. And I sell low ticket price stuff, right? I sell Instagram templates, like captions pre-made for you, and content like visual Canva content pre-made for you for Instagram, and as well as memberships, you know. So my templates sell really well. And of course, if I'm just talking about, I'm telling you, I'm salesy on Instagram, so, and on my email. So if I'm only talking about Tribe, obviously I'm not promoting my stuff and not seeing sales on my stuff. And at one point I got like, wait, am I gonna do a month and a half of this? Like, how do I, you know? So I think but that was also my first year. So it's not even something that I'm like, oh, that went wrong.
Yeah.
Because
You learn from it.
I learned from it. And I also, when that happened, and I think I talked to you about this, I'm like, well, I have to balance it, because I also have my own business to promote and sell from. Obviously, I'm making more money doing the Tribe affiliate, so it's okay to have a lot less sales on my business at that point in time. But I kind of took a step back, and it was okay. And I remember, like, I was much higher on the list of the affiliates. And then at one point I'm like, it's okay. I know I'm gonna drop. It's all right, because I felt like I needed to tame myself a little bit from, and balance better between my own business. I think for next year, what I would do is I would set up more aggressive ads for my own business as Tribe is going on. And then I don't have to be the person selling my own stuff.
Hmm. That's a good idea.
And yeah, so I think that was one, but that was the biggest thing that happened to me during the launch. I'm like, wait, I'm used to shorter campaigns, like my campaign system is like 8 days, 9 days. That's something that I do. So for Tribe, that is a much longer one. I didn't even think about it. I was like, I just went all in, sprinting, and then I was like, wait, I cannot run this fast for
Yeah.
what was it, like a month and a half?
I mean, if you really like warm up your audience and do
Yeah,
everything, yeah, I mean, it can be about a 5 or 6 week thing. And I think the
yeah.
lesson there, and I know I shared this with you, but I think the lesson there is
Hmm.
you can actually one of the ways to pace yourself is to start sooner. And what I mean by that is as
Yeah.
much as you can do, let's say you're going to promote for 5 weeks, as
Hmm.
much as you can do 10 weeks out, scheduling that first week
Start
or two's
talking
worth of
about it
stuff.
too. Yeah.
That's number one. And like you said, if like you just said, if you start talking about it 8, 10 weeks out, you don't feel like
Hmm.
you have to, sprint from that first week.
Yeah.
You can pace yourself. It really is a marathon, not a sprint. And then, the second thing is, I tell you this all the time. We talked earlier, that last day, yeah, the husband takes the kids out. That
Yeah.
last day, yeah, you don't watch your favorite show. That last day, there's things that I don't do. I maybe, I go up and I give the kids a big hug and a big kiss, and then I'm back to work. That's like the
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
day. The
Yeah.
other days, you have to pace yourself, and
Hmm.
it's you have to do those little things, those self-care things. You have to get outside. You have to
Yeah.
go for
Yeah.
walks and
I
things like
think for
that.
me it was like I didn't plan my side of the business as well as
Mm,
I was doing that. I'm like, wait, still your social team still needs to keep
mhm.
going. And I feel like I'd abandoned a little too much. And I would have felt better if I had a better plan for it. So definitely doing more of that next year. But I also it was something that it's okay. Like, all right, if I have a few more less sales, I still did great and I was very happy. So but I think definitely for next year, it's something that I'm going to pay more attention to, being like, this is how I balance this content throughout, this period of time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So if somebody were going to let's just say Tribe, we'll just use that as an
Hmm.
example. If somebody said, you know what, I'm going to promote Tribe. I'm a first time affiliate, and I'm going into this in April 2022, and there's maybe one or two big tips you could give me. What would you tell them?
I would say lean on the reason why you're doing it
Hmm,
too. Especially if you have an experience with Tribe that was good for you and for your business. For me, one of the things I did is I actually did, and I don't remember if that's something you recommended or not, but I felt like it was right for me. And I did a page on my website all about my experience with Tribe
yeah.
and the links to join, the workshops and all that. Because I'm like, if I'm here and I say like, oh, just go to link in my bio, and they go to Stu's world, that's great. And Stu obviously has great marketing and
Mhm.
is all set up perfectly. But my audience knows me, they don't know Stu yet. So I felt like they needed, like, this is what happened to me. This is why I'm telling you to do this.
Yep.
This is free. You'll have nothing to lose here. So I used that same website for the workshops and then switched to when Tribe was on, and I kept sending people there. I know it's one more click, so there's always a balance, right, between a benefit or not. But I think if you
Sure.
have a strong story, I had a really strong story. I wanted people to see that graph. So if you have that really strong story, I told Stu this, like, before I took Tribe. Now it becomes like a Tribe commercial, but before I took Tribe, I did not see a way of scaling. I
Mm,
had like a nice salary. My business was a nice salary, and this year, my business has grown like 4 times. I don't know how many, like probably 8 times. So it's
wow.
insane. So I had such a strong story and a strong reason why that aligned with all my values while sending people to Stu. So to me, it made more sense to do it that way. And then the other thing I'm doing this year, so that might not be so much a tip for the first timers. But what I'm doing is that I'm keeping track of all the people that joined Tribe through me. And also I had people that started memberships without even going to Stu's workshop, just
Mm,
because I talked about membership so much. So I had a couple of people who did that. I have a couple of people who started memberships just doing the workshop, the free workshop, which I doubt that I mean, I'm sure that they will join Tribe next year because they
yeah.
already made much more than Tribe costs. And so because of that, I made a form on that same page. I just kind of changed up that page on the website, made a form, and I called it like the Tribe check-in form or something, asking people where they are, what that means to their business, like when did they start, if they took Tribe or not, if they took the free workshop or not. I even put if they use my 8-day campaign or not to promote it. So now I'm starting to get all this data and
Mm,
what it meant to so many people that I have all of them to tell their stories next year.
that is so awesome. I want to go back to what you
Yeah.
said about that page though.
Hmm.
Here's why that page actually does work.
Okay.
Um, and we have studied this extensively.
Awesome.
Why these bridge pages work so well is the biggest thing that we see affiliates, the biggest mistake they make is, so the beginning of the promo, they go sign up for Stu's workshop. And the person signs up for Stu's workshop and they go, I'm good. Because like you're in Stu's world now, like you said, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is like you've known this person for a year, two,
Hmm.
three. You've been in their inbox 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week. You've been in their feed every day for 2 years. They see Manu Morado and they go, I know her. And then they open it, or they choose not to, maybe, but they see
Yeah.
that name and there's a
We have a
familiarity.
history. Hmm.
They sign up for Stu's workshop, ask them the next day who this workshop is with. Half of them will say it's with Steve,
Yeah.
McFarland. They
Oh
don't
my
even
gosh.
remember his
That'll be a
name.
workshop. Yeah.
So we have to keep reminding them. It's why
Hmm.
we actually, when we send out the email that says the workshop starts today, and go register. PS, if you've already registered, awesome. Just consider this your reminder. The
Hmm.
reason why we still send that out to everybody is
Yeah.
precisely that, because half the people who signed up don't even remember
Don't
the
even
names of
remember
the
later.
players.
Yeah.
Like I
And that's
said, they
part
think
of,
his name's, Sal or,
yeah.
Steve or something. And so we want to remind them. Now, this page, what it does is there's a reason why it's called a bridge page. And this is not where the term comes from, but the reason why
Yeah.
I like the term bridge page
Hmm.
is it's bridging the gap between you and this person.
Yeah.
And it's making that connection of, oh yeah, Stu McLaren, like now it's the guy they've been through a couple days of the workshop with, and they pretty much know
Hmm.
his name, but you're reminding them, I'm not just sending you to this guy and saying, go register and, peace out. Right. You're bridging that and saying, here's my story. And now click here. And that extra click, we actually tested this in multiple campaigns about 4 years ago, back in
Hmm.
2016. We tested this and we found that the use of that bridge page actually increases sales by over 8%.
That's amazing. Awesome. Good
So
to know. Yeah.
an extra, sale instead of 10
Yeah.
sales, you'll make 11, it's a pretty big
That's great.
deal.
Yeah. And also, I think just makes more sense to your standpoint, right? You're explaining why. You're not just like, here you go. For me,
Mhm.
there's also an audience thing because I really focus on women and diversity. And I think I even joked, I'm like, if I'm promoting a white guy, like he's good, like, because, for
Yeah.
my audience, it's different. I don't go live with dudes, like, like I really focus on women and
Yeah.
giving women a platform. So if you have that bridge, you're explaining why, like, this is a white dude we're supporting here, but he's helping so many women and so many,
Hmm.
diverse groups, like just go for the business. So to me, that page was really, really important. And then the other thing, we keep going to Instagram, obviously, but I think just reminding them of, from the workshops to Tribe being open and all that. I think that's another benefit of promoting on social as well, and on Instagram as well, when Tribe is actually open. And the other thing that I was doing is after every workshop, I would go live and just chat about the workshop. So I
I
did
love
that
that.
like
Yeah.
the 3 days I went live after the workshop and chatted with people like for 40 minutes about what they saw in the workshop. And so it was pretty fun.
That is a killer strategy. We've used that very, very well in the past. And
Hmm.
yeah, again, it's bridging that gap. It's like
Yeah.
your audience wants to know, what did you get out of the workshop? Your audience
And,
wants
and
to
the
know
FOMO, right?
your perspective. Yeah. And
Because I
then,
had all these people that went, and then the other, and they're like, "What is your best takeaway?" And then I'll talk about the takeaway, and people be like, "Oh, you thought all
this
this?"
is, I
Like,
don't know if you do this on purpose, but like, and this kind of sounds sinister because it's not this is
mhm.
healthy. What happens is it's just like you go into a conversation. All right. So
Yeah,
there's 6 people in a group. They all watched the same show last night. And you come into the conversation and do what? I don't even know, like, who's that character who I don't even know what, like you feel like totally left out. So what happens is you're not in the cool kids club.
yeah,
So you are interacting with the 37 people on live who were there, and there's 24 who weren't, and they're going, oh, I mean, this sounds really interesting. What?
yeah.
Well,
Why am I
here's a way
missing
to
this?
go.
And
And
I'll be like, "You can still join." Yeah.
yeah, it's a healthy FOMO, like you said.
Yeah, and I invited people too. Like I invited people via email. I'm like, after the workshops, we're gonna do the chat online on Instagram.
Mm.
So I had the people that actually attended the workshop just join again, because I think everybody, like in my world, everybody leaves the workshop for a couple hours and they go straight to Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, it conditions them to, again, point back to you, and
Yeah.
it bridges that gap as well. So as we wrap up here, Mona, first of all, thank you so much.
Hmm.
This has been amazing. This
Yeah.
is
So
going to sound like
exciting
the
to.
dumbest question ever, but I'm going to
Uh
ask it
oh. Yes,
because this
please
will
do.
show you my level of understanding of
It's
Instagram.
great. It makes me look smarter. So that's perfect. Go for
There's
it.
like Manu's level of Instagram, and then there's mine, which is right above like my mom's probably.
That's perfect.
So is there a way for people to be able to see some of what you did promoting Tribe on Instagram, this past
Yeah.
year?
Yeah. So they can DM me and I can point them in the, like, just
Okay.
share the stuff for them, because the lives are saved. And the posts are there too. So I could just send
Yeah.
them one post and be like, look at the ones around that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, anyone wants to check out some of the stuff, just let me know. DM me on Instagram at your social team on Instagram, and then
And
I
we'll
can
put that
definitely
below
point
this
you through.
video as well, just so we'll put a link
Yeah,
to that so nobody gets confused. So
yeah.
make
I'm
sure you
happy to
guys that
share
you
some of the
go,
content.
yeah, make sure you go follow, Manu on Instagram, first of all, at your social team, and then just shoot her a DM and she'll
Yeah,
share those, which is
happy
going to
to
be cool. Again,
answer.
you'll get to see some of the stuff that she did and pick. I mean, there's like another 20 lessons just in watching her do it, I'm sure. So you guys are
That's
going to love
awesome.
that.
I can also give you a couple of links to things that if you might want to link somewhere, if you like, on the
Yeah.
show notes or
You
something.
hook those up with me. We'll
Yeah,
put them below this video. So you kind of just
awesome.
answered my last question again, as a thank you for speaking to our members today. I want
Of
them to
course.
be able to connect with you. So what is, obviously at your social team is a great way to connect with you. Is there another way that
Yes.
they should connect with you?
I mean, you're at your social team. You have a good idea of what I do. If you want, on Instagram, my website is yoursocial.team. So
Okay.
pretty easy as well. I have 2 memberships. So I have a training membership for our Instagram. And then I also have a membership that just sends you Instagram templates twice a month via
I love
email.
that.
It's,
I love
I
that.
love it. It's the second membership I started this year. It's called Your Template Club, and it has its own Instagram account. I'll send you some templates for you to try with your team, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have really good templates because we start from strategy, and I already tested, I already know what performs. So it's not, I think most templates you see out there are from a design standpoint,
Mhm.
but design for Instagram and what really performs is really different
Yeah,
than,
I'm sure.
just what's beautiful. So our templates are really, really good. So we have those 2 things. But yeah, your social team on Instagram is a great place to connect. And if you want to check out the website, is yoursocial.team.
Yeah. Well, we're hiring somebody probably the beginning of next year to kind of ramp up our social media stuff. So that'll be
Awesome.
something we'll check out. So guys, here's something Manu and I were talking about before we went live, and we didn't even get a chance to talk about it today, but she's actually promoting something like right now. So
Yes.
when this goes live in AIM, she'll probably have just wrapped it up, or maybe like right on the tail end. So it's
Yeah.
a great time to connect with her. Go follow her and just, well, keep following her, because you're going to see how she promotes tribe in 2022. And you're going to see how she promotes other stuff throughout the year. She's a great person to learn from. I know there's a lot of people that do really well in affiliate promotions. Just they have a huge list. Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love having affiliates who have that. But I really especially love watching people who are kind of scrappy and make the best of their
Matt.
I mean that in a positive way.
No, my list is not that big. Yeah.
In the top 10 of one of the biggest affiliate launches of the entire calendar year.
That's
so
awesome.
Guys, go watch what she's doing. You're going to pick up so much stuff and be able to learn from modeling her. So Manu, thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Thank you so much, Matt. So fun to talk to you anytime.
What an awesome interview, right? I loved her approach. It's simple, smart, scalable, it's repeatable. I loved, again, like I said at the top, the transparency that she shared about the burnout, the highs and lows of these big affiliate promos. And so if you want to see how a social first strategy can work for affiliate promos, this episode should give you a ton of ideas to test out. So if you need to, go back and listen to it. Hopefully you took good notes. Go back and listen to it. If you have any questions about today's episodes or anything that I've been sharing in this series on the $5.7 million affiliate launch, you can just text me anytime at 260-217-4619. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have and share your feedback as well about these episodes or any episodes. Again, 260-217-4619. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the final episode in this series. We've got more affiliate secrets coming your way. And the next episode, well, I saved the best for last. I saved the best for last. It's actually the very first return guest we've ever had. And, this person finished in the top 3 and did some pretty amazing things. So you're going to want to be here for that one. So make sure you hit subscribe. I'll see you then. Thank you so much for listening today. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing this episode, make sure to share it with them. And if you have a question, you can ask it at asktheaffiliateguy.com. Questions make my best episode, and it's a great way to get featured right here on the podcast. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please take a moment to leave a rating and review. That helps others find this content so we can all benefit from it. See you soon.